What's out there, Zeph? Hey, what's out there? Oh, okay. Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here coming to you live from Mesa, Arizona in the Sparkle Studio. Hope you're all having a super fantastic sparkling start to Magic Monday. It is going to be a totally awesome day. I just have to grab my piece of paper here. Okay, so, oops, sorry. Holding that up too high. So how is your week starting? Our week has started off to a super fantastic, sparkling, very cool start. It is going to be awesome. It is going to be a high of 64 degrees today, which for those back in New Zealand is like about 17, 18, 19, somewhere around there. There is a wind blowing. I've had to pull the awning in already this morning because it's getting a little blustery out there and I don't want to damage the awning, even though I know it's going to be all okay and everything else. But it's just sort of like just taking that precautionary measure because you never know. The wind may not be strong enough to ruin it, but depends on the angle that it could hit the awning at. Could end up making the awning not work properly. So anyway, we are. Somebody's found her squeaky ball. So did I tell you what my little pup did the other day? I have a bag of toys that I pre-bought, that I bought a while ago when they were all on sale. Because every now and again PetSmart has these sales which buy one get, or buy two get one free, or buy one get 50% off, that sort of thing. And so I got some toys for her in advance, and I had them in a bag. And I thought I had the bag well hidden because she never went to this particular part of the RV. And then the other day, she's suddenly running up and down with a squeaky ball. What the heck is going on? And then it suddenly goes quiet again. I'm like, what? Maybe she does still have a squeaky toy in her box. And then I looked down because she's got really quiet, and she's chomping on this. I got a couple of hard chew toys that you can stuff with treats, and I looked down on one of them, and I'd given her a new one that morning because I couldn't find her Kong for when we were outside to stuff. And so I looked down, and she had the other one still with its cardboard around it, still with the plastic tie strap around it. And she's trying to get this toy out of the cardboard. And I'm like, hang on, that's a new toy. And I suddenly realized she had discovered the bag of toys. The squeaky toy was a new tennis ball out of the pack of tennis balls that were in there. Hey, excuse me. She just walked off with my box of tissues. She's just left them in the middle of the floor. I have a box down here that has my office supply stuff in, and I keep my tissues down there because it's just, you only got a little space here on the table, and so I keep my box of tissues there, so they're right by my knee. And she's just walked under the table, picked it up, and walked out with it, and left it. I think it's sitting in the middle of the floor. But anyway, back to the toy story. So not only had she found this bag of toys, she had taken out the brand new pack of tennis balls, ripped it open. So now I had I think it was like 3 or 4 or 5. I can't remember how many were in the pack, scattered throughout the RV. And she had this new toy that she was trying to chew out of the cardboard, trying to chew on while still wrapped in its cardboard. And what are you doing now? There you go. While it's still wrapped in its cardboard with the zip tie strap around it. So I picked it all up, put it all away again, and now she's still got one ball out. So if you hear the squeaking, that's what she's doing. She's squeaking on the tennis ball because she likes her squeaky toys. And she wants to play right now. She always wants to play when I get on the computer and go live. She's hilarious. But my magical day. It starts with a smile with her. She makes me laugh every morning. We've already had a really good training session this morning. And so now we are getting ready to start our work. Well, we've already started our work day, and then I got to do my Facebook Live. So I popped into the Sparkle Studio. I'm going to get some sparkles to put up here, I think. Yeah, might do that. I'll think about that. Got any ideas for sparkling up the studio? Just let me know. I'd like that. Okay, so reading from Chicken Soup for the Soul, Think Positive, Live Happy. We have a really cool story today for Magic Monday. And yes, you can see little post-it notes here because I read ahead and suddenly go, oh, that would fit with Tune-Up Tuesday. Oh, hey, get out of there. All of a sudden, my power cord is tweaking on my computer. I don't know what she thinks she's doing today. And so I will go ahead and I will flag them for what day I think they would work best. And so this one's for Magic Money. It's called Just Start. Excuse me. And I apologize for the coughing and the hacking, but there's a lot of dust blowing around here, and it's affecting my sinuses like crazy in the back of my throat. But enjoying the cool breeze of airing out the RV since it's been closed up so much because of all of the hot days that we've had. And now we're down to a day in the 60s and got a breeze blowing, but unfortunately it's kicking up a lot of dust. But I need to air out the RV, and so I may close it like around lunchtime or something to help clear out the vocal cords and all that. So please excuse the raspiness of the voice, but the sinuses are being heavily affected by all the dust blowing around. Okay, just start. So there's a quote here by Kristen, excuse me, Armstrong. There is something magical about running after a certain distance. It transcends the body, then a bit further it transcends the mind. I like that one. Okay, so just start. I was standing in my family room in my running clothes, struggling with an struggling with an armband that was supposed to hold my iPhone. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could pay someone to exercise for us and the calories would still magically disappear from our bodies, I said. My husband looked at me as if I were nuts. I know that look. Fred used to give it to me all the times. That would be cheating. Yes and no, I replied. We'd still be paying for a legitimate service, but we wouldn't have to suffer the hard work of doing it ourselves or the consequences. Like losing weight and being healthy? Well, yeah, now that you mention it. To me, running was the worst thing in the world. Running was for athletes or people who like to hurt themselves. Running was for anyone but me. I can totally relate to that. Hun, he said, that's how you and I both got into this mess. I nodded, fiddled with the armband again, and gave up. It would be annoying regardless of how the phone sat on my arm. I needed it to listen to music to distract myself from how much this was going to hurt. I also needed it so I could hear the computer voice of my mile tracker telling me how much closer I would be to dying with every passing mile. Excuse me. There is some exaggeration in this description, but not much. I wasn't getting any younger, and the pounds weren't exactly disappearing as I ate what I wanted and hoped for the best. Said pounds were slowly creeping to my thighs and backside. Actually, they were creeping everywhere. As my doctor put it, I think it may be time to put some exercise into your schedule. My only hope for combating age would be with exercise. So here I was about to embark on the very thing I disliked. Hun, my husband said again, interrupting my thoughts, it really won't be so bad. You just have to get started. I smirked at him. Right, I said, as he continued to eat breakfast and relax deeper into the soft folds of the leather sofa. His time will come, I thought. His time will come. Meanwhile, my time was right in front of my nose. I had to just do it. That sounds familiar. And try to make it back alive. If you don't hear from me in half an hour, come and look for me. I could be on the side of the road, dead. My husband didn't even look at me. Instead, he took a sip of his coffee while watching the weather forecast and said, You'll do great. It was dark and cold outside, but I wasn't going to turn back. I needed to run for my health. I needed to run for my family's health. I needed to run so I could get back to drinking a nice hot cup of coffee. I fired up the music and my running tracker and began to run. The air was obscenely crisp, and I could feel my thighs squishing together as I lumbered along. But in a matter of minutes, the air became less crisp, and I found a steady rhythm. The music was loud, and it was also working. I was running. I was actually doing it. I replayed my husband's words as I smelled the morning air thick with apple blossom. You just have to get started. By golly, the man was right. And not only was he right, but the concept was applicable to nearly everything around me. Getting started was the sticking point of all the good things in life. I even said those words to my kids when they didn't want to do their homework. The sooner they started, the sooner it would be over. Oh my gosh, I have heard that and said that so many times over the years. And all they had to do to get there was to start. But it took me taking my own advice and my husband's reminding that this was true for me too. From starting a diet to a new running program, heck, it was how I got out of bed every morning. I just had to start. I did make it home that morning. I didn't die, and my husband didn't find me lying on the side of the road. Years later, I'm still running. I still don't like it. My lungs still scream for mercy, and my legs get a workout that shouldn't even be possible with this many years under my belt, but they do. I wasn't made for running, but I became a person made to run. Something good comes from challenges if we're willing to look at them from an alternative point of view. For me, the view involves feet hitting the pavement and watching blind corners in the early morning darkness so I don't trip and fall on my face. Running changed my health. It changed every facet of my life. I don't have to like it, but getting up early and starting my day doing something that isn't easy makes me feel like I've accomplished something huge. Starting may be the hardest part, but starting is also the way to achieving everything we want. And that is something I can run circles around any day. And that's from Heather Spivak. So getting started, just start. How many times do we look at our goals and stuff and go, oh, that's too big? You got to take that first step. When you take that first step, you got that forward momentum and you just keep moving forward. This was a great thing. And there's magic in starting. As she said, when she said here but in a matter of minutes, the air became less crisp and I found a steady rhythm. The music was loud and it was working. I was running, I was actually doing it. She just got started. So whatever it is that you want to do, just get out there, get going, just start. That's all it is. There's magic in that phrase of just start, just do it. What is it? Is it Nike that has the "Just Do It" slogan? And Richard Branson always says, "Just start, just say yes, then figure it out, and get started. Just get started. That's all you have to do is just take that first step, get started. Take the first step, yes, then take the next step, yes, and then the next thing you know, you're in that forward momentum way, and there's no stopping you. So just get started. So that's our magic lesson for the day, is just getting started. There's magic in it. And the magic of taking that first step and getting started and taking that first step towards that goal, the first step towards getting that task done, the first step towards achieving that challenge, whatever it is, just take that first step, just start. That's it from us for today for Magical Monday Part 1. We will catch you later on this afternoon for Part 2. And have a super fantastic sparkling day. Oh, and let us know in the comments below what you are starting today. We're going to hold you accountable. So if you want to private message me with what you are starting today so I can check back in with you later on today and say, did you start? Then let me know. I'm always wanting to help other people get started. So just get out there, get started. Take that first step. It doesn't matter what life throws at you, as long as you take that first step and just start, just keep that forward momentum going, keep it going, keep moving forward, and magic happens in that. That's it from me for now. So have a super fantastic, and coming to you from the Sparkle Studio. If you've got suggestions on how I can sparkle up, put a little sparkle in the life here. Although I guess I sparkle enough. Got the sparkle here. Got a dog looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about? Anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling day, and magical Monday, and we will catch you later on this evening. Heck on out. What's the matter, Zeffy? Hey?